let's get some reading done this weekend. Hi, I'm Erin. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Let's do a reading vlog for this weekend. So it's Friday. It is just after 10 in the morning. I've been sitting at my desk for about an hour or so, and I'm like socially done. So the book launch and my birthday party was on Wednesday. It was amazing. It was so much fun. There was at least 100 people there. I sold out. I think I had about 88 to 90 copies of the book, and I sold out of them. It's doing really well on Amazon and everything. So thank you so much if you've purchased one. Thank you so much. I hit #1 on in multiple categories on Kindle, which was kind of like the strategy while we had the $1.99 on launch day. And yeah, it worked. But I ended up, so that was Wednesday night. And then Thursday night, my friend had a speaking, she has like this speaking series event. And hang on a second. Okay, I got distracted by a work thing. I had to hop on a Zoom to figure something out real quick. Okay, so my friend Jen is a speaker coach, and she runs this series called Real Conversations. And so she'll have one people, or last night it was a panel of people, and there'll be a topic of discussion, and it's almost like old school Oprah. They're like sitting up there having a conversation, and then at some point there's a kind of like question and answer audience engagement part. So love her, support her, was there for her, and it was really interesting conversation on neurodiversity. But my social battery just died. Like, I was on such a high all day yesterday, all day Thursday from the book event. And then, I'm just like, I'm not a night owl. I'm an early to bed, early to rise type of person. And the event wasn't until 7 o'clock. And I was just like done, and every little thing was bugging me, and my mom went with me. And I don't know about you, but like, your mom is like the easiest person to annoy you, and I was just trying so hard not to be just totally annoyed and a jerk, essentially. So I think I almost succeeded. My mom could definitely tell that I was like tired and on edge, but it didn't stop her from talking incessantly. But anyhow, I'm totally alone at the office right now, which is like nice because I can just like focus on work and everything and not have to be social, but I do miss my friends being here. But anyhow, all that to say, I need a nice relaxing weekend. I would really like to read. I just started a nonfiction book club book, Their Plant Eyes. I want to say it's Elizabeth Godin, and it's about blindness. So pretty interesting start so far. I don't know how, I have no idea kind of what to think of this book. One of the book club members said something like, just get to chapter 7 or get past chapter 7 and then it gets better. I was like, that's kind of a long way. So I just read the preface. Was it just the preface? Yeah, I think I read just the preface this morning. And then I'm also reading Suzanne Collins, the prequel to The Hunger Games, A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which I saw that movie last week or the week before with my cousin. Enjoyed it. I know it's quite a bit different. The book is quite a bit different, but I thought I'd just been so slumpy in reading lately that I just needed something easy, propulsive, YA, cool. Anyway, I'll check back with you hopefully tonight. I'll get some good reading in.
Oh my gosh. Coming back from lunch with a friend, and I just default drove to the hospital. So many times, if I was in the area where I just was having lunch, I would be coming back to the hospital. Sam's been gone for 3.5 years. I've been here, I think, one time since then. I had to take my mom here for some reason. But yeah, that was weird, just how automatic things can be. So anyway, it's a little after 2. Just had lunch and coffee with my friend Kim for my birthday. She meant to buy me my dinner the night of the launch and my beers, but my sister ended up grabbing the tab, so she felt like she still owed me lunch. So I tried to resist, but she won me over anyway. Anyway, so last part of the workday, I have one client, and then I have like 2 or 3 tasks that I need to get done. So I'm hoping, it's 2 o'clock, I'm hoping to be done by 4, and then snuggle in on the couch and read.
It's 4:54. I just walked out of the office, put my sunglasses on before I opened the door, but I don't think I'll need my sunglasses out there. Heading home for the weekend, and it is actually raining. I had no idea it was gonna rain. It smells amazing out here.
So I'm gonna go home and curl up on a rainy afternoon, evening, I think probably with some wine and my book. Okay, so I'm home reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And every time I sit down to start reading this, I just find the writing to be so clunky and like simple. It almost like as I'm reading it, it feels like bad acting. Does that make sense? So, but once I get into it, I'm into the story, then I'm paying attention to the story and I'm not noticing the writing so much. But it's always like the first couple pages whenever I sit down to read it. Yeah, I'm just like bad acting. So it's about 9:30 on Saturday morning. Got my dog here in my lap. Say hi, Stevie. Say hi. He's camera shy. I read about 30 pages or so in Hunger Games, and otherwise I've just been watching some YouTube videos here, drinking coffee, and I have a client. I'm gonna train at 11, and then I'm gonna go do my workout. And then I think the afternoon I'm actually gonna hit up some bookstores and see about getting my book ordered or even scheduling some events. So there's one in El Dorado Hills where I've been before. So Stacy, the owner of Ruby's Books, my local independent bookstore, she gave me some tips and basically said this place in El Dorado Hills and there's another place that I'd never heard of in East Sac called Wild Sisters. She knows the owners, and she said basically drop my name and, you know, tell them that you have events scheduled with me, and that she's basically like vouching for me. So that should increase my chance of getting in there. And then I'm like nervous to do it, but I need to go to Barnes & Noble and find out, you know, either talk to the person who does the ordering or get the email info for the person who does the ordering. And yeah, basically just start knocking on some doors and trying to get my book into bookstores. So I think that's what I'm going to do this afternoon. So I guess I'll take you along for that ride. Okay, new plan. My uterus is trying to kill me. Not going to go train my friend. Going to try to read. And just took some, my friend's a Chinese herbalist. And so I just took this terrible tasting tincture. So hopefully that will work. I'm going to give that another half an hour to work. Otherwise, I'm going to go for the handful of ibuprofen. And hopefully I can read and not get too bad, and then be able to spend at least the afternoon doing the bookstore rounds. All right, just came out of Barnes & Noble. I talked to the manager and gave me his business card, so I'm going to email him, give him the info on the book, and so that actually sounded pretty promising. All right, so I had pretty good luck at the Barnes & Noble in Folsom. Got to talk to the manager. He gave me his card and basically said, submit your info to me about the book. My glasses, it's raining. My glasses are all rainy. At Face in a Book, which is the first one I went to in El Dorado Hills, that one, not so much. There was like a long waiting list basically that I just got to add my name to. So not too hopeful about that one. Just went into this place called Wild Sisters, which is fairly new. They've only been the current location for a couple weeks, and they've been in existence for, I think they said 2 years. Just missed the owner, got to talk to the owner's kids, but they gave me her contact information. So that one felt a little bit more like they were like excited, like, ooh, local author, cool. So that one I felt better about. So now I'm going to try, I think 2 more that are in this kind of like downtown Sacramento area. Neither of which one I've been to, Capital Books I've been to. There's another one that's like McKinley, that's closer to my college, that either is new from when I was graduated with my master's in 2014. I didn't know about it back then. I think I would have known about it if it was there at the time. So, it's kind of cool going on a bookshop crawl, getting to check out these new bookstores that I didn't know anything about before. So we'll see if I make any more headway. So really nice guy there at Capital Books. I picked up Heartstopper Volume 1 while I was there, been meaning to get that for a while. Super nice guy, Ross, the owner there, and he said, he like brought me behind the counter to look at the computer. He's like, this is what I see, and blah, 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 blah. Just like helping understanding like the business and the ordering system. And so he said the best way to do it, so I don't end up losing any money, is to, when I get my next order in, to bring a few copies in on consignment. So that's what I will do, and I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing at, I lost track at this point of whichever store it was gonna be, but yeah, I'll probably end up doing that at Wild Sisters, I think. I'll probably end up doing that at Wild Sisters as well. They'll have a few copies. So I think I'm gonna be done for today as far as running around. I get to go to a Friendsgiving, like a late Friendsgiving over at my cousin's house. We're in a club together, After 2030 Club, and we're actually just doing pizza. So I'm all the way out in Sacramento, and I gotta head back into the suburbs to Citrus Heights where she lives. All right, it's Sunday evening, about 5 o'clock. I haven't done a whole lot today. Been a lot of laying around on the couch. I watched my football games that was basically from like 1 until 15 minutes ago. And then the only thing I did before then really, like that was productive, was I went and got my nails done. Hard to see it in the lighting. I went with a much darker, very deep red for the Christmas season. It's usually much more of a hot pink, sparkly hot pink. Anyhow, so it is Sunday afternoon, just about 5 o'clock. My football game just ended. That pretty much went from like 1 to 4:30 or 1:30 to 4:30, something like that. So pretty much just picking life back up from the game. We won, go Niners. And other than that, I've read a little bit of The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes today, and went and got my nails done. So went with a nice, very dark red this time, changing it up a little bit for Christmas. And so yeah, I just looked. I knew I was gonna walk after the game. I knew I was gonna walk on the treadmill and read after the game, but I just looked at my steps, and until I got onto the treadmill, I had less than 1,000 steps today. So like, yeah, a very sedentary day, and that doesn't make me feel good. So definitely want to get some energy out, spending some time moving my body, and then in addition to reading and walking on the treadmill, Sunday evening, and so I want to make sure I get my room squared away. Biggest thing is just making sure I have like clothes put away, nothing like laying out on, you know if you have that chair, like it's like the stuff it's too clean to put in the hamper, but it's too dirty to actually put it away, so it just sits on that chair. So I gotta make sure I clean that chair off, make sure I get my pill caddy sorted out. If I don't sort out my pills into the whole days of the week AM PM thing, it's not gonna happen. And I take psych meds that need to be taken, and I take supplements, which I take for a reason. It's not just like throwaway stuff, and so they don't work if you don't take them, right? So I need to make sure I get that done. But other than that, pretty much the name of the game tonight is just going to be reading. So The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I started this. I didn't have any interest in reading this when it came out. I really liked the Hunger Games. I read it when it first came out. Like I had it, I was buying them in hardbacks when they first came out. It's kind of based off of this style of story is of the whole, like, we have a tradition, this terrible tradition, which we perpetuate over time, even though we've, in a lot of cases, have even forgotten why we even do this thing, or the reason is no longer necessary. The reason is somewhat still necessary, like in their eyes within the Hunger Games, but that style of story. And so when I think the first story I ever knew about this style was Shirley Jackson's The Lottery short story, Battle Royale, which I think that this has been said that this is almost a direct take from the Hunger Games. The Long Walk by Stephen King was originally written as Richard Bachman. Is an excellent example of that. I would really like to reread actually The Long Walk and Battle Royale. So anyway, I went to see the movie with my cousin a couple weeks ago. I had gotten her into the books originally, so she invited me to go see the movie with her, and she had decided that she wanted to read the book beforehand. So she lent it to me, and I've just been really reading slumpy lately. And so I thought, you know what, maybe instead of trying to read literary fiction and nonfiction like I typically read, like let me just go YA, propulsive, easy read, and see if that can kind of help me get my reading mojo back, because it's not so much about the content of what I'm reading or not enjoying what I've been reading.
It's literally the practice of reading I have not been very good at, mostly because of this little thing that I'm filming myself on. I just constantly have to have it in my hand. I'm constantly checking, and I feel so stupid and just silly that I can't like control myself. And so I'm, you know, using tactics to help, you know, the first thing in the morning, for example, I'm leaving my phone in my bedroom so that the first half an hour of my day, I'm not touching my phone. I can't touch my phone until I get on my treadmill to do my 30 minutes of walking before my day starts. So I'm just trying to get myself back into that practice, and I think doing so with a YA book, I'll show you the graphic novel I picked up in another book that should kind of help fall into that category to just get me back in the practice of reading and using my brain for something that I want to actually be using it for, right? So enough jabbering. I should just actually shut my mouth and get to reading.
So it is 7:19 a.m. on Monday morning, finishing up the vlog here, but I wanted to show you the books that I got yesterday when I was doing my little bookshop selling my wares haul. So I got Heartstopper Volume 1. I've been interested in the series, but I thought, oh, I'll read the book and support the local bookstores that I was, you know, trying to sell my stuff at. And then also for my niece. So my niece is about to be 14, and she loves reading, but she hasn't been able to find anything besides Harry Potter that she loves, and she just keeps reading Harry Potter over and over again, which, not mad at that, but I would love for her to get into something else. And so, never read this. I might actually read it before her, just kind of to make sure that it's going to be appropriate. But I got Holly Black's, not Holly Jackson, The Cruel Prince. So I'm going to read this before her, I think. So this will be part of my December TBR to make sure it's going to be appropriate for her. But I think she's young. She's old enough now to start getting into YA. And so I picked up Holly Black's The Cruel Prince. So I've heard this described by, at least by adult readers, as like candy. So it's just like really, really kind of compulsively readable. Not maybe like excellent as far as like quality and overall ratings, but like really fun to read. And yeah, like candy. That's the way I've described it. Like you love it at the time, but you don't necessarily feel great afterwards. But I think for a 14-year-old, that might be right. So I do just want to make sure that it is appropriate for her, and that my sister's not going to like freak out on me. Not that she would, but anyway, I'm super happy that I got to the office this early. I've been really trying to get to the office early on Wednesdays, like well before 8 o'clock. Or not on Wednesdays, on Mondays, because it's a very busy day, like I need to be very productive, and so the earlier I start, the earlier I finish, and then the less stress I feel. And I am meeting my friend today for a holiday concert that her daughter is in, and that's at 3 o'clock, and so I definitely need to be finished working early so I can get over there in time. So happy getting here. I'm going to be, you know, at my desk, computer open by 7:30, or before 7:30 really. So I would love to know from you, though, as I'm kind of dealing with this slumpiness, what's something that you do to help you get out of a reading slump and kind of get back into the rhythm of reading? Thank you for watching. Remember, every day is a great day for a great day, no matter what.